Welcome back to Center Stage at World Water Week. It's the final day, and this is also the final wrap-up session. My name is Andreas Karlsson, and with me on stage we have Gabriela Sohoski, Director of World Water Week and Prizes, and Susanna Stark, Impact Reporting Lead. Interesting title. We'll get back to that in a minute. But first, Gabriela, we are, as I mentioned, on the final day of World Water Week. And with the risk of sounding like a sports commentator, how do you feel?
Thanks, Andreas. Yeah, it's unbelievable. I can't believe we're getting close to the final day. A mix of feelings, I would say. It's been very exciting. It's been a lot of fun. Just gratitude, I guess, for this community being back in Stockholm. Just seeing the reunions in the hallway, meeting familiar faces and new faces. So today it's a bit of a paradox of feelings. It's a sense of relief that, we put together a great event, but also sad that it's over. And at the same time, I feel pride for what we as an organization have accomplished, my team, of course, and pride for what this community can achieve when gathering at World Water Week, but also continuing the work beyond World Water Week, of course.
And you set out a year ago, or probably more than that, planning for this event. Did you dare to hope that we would be here at Norra Latin today and have this wonderful conference?
No, definitely not. So, it started
I think many agree with you there.
Yes. Yeah. You have a little bit of a sense from organizing World Water Week for 10 years soon. And then as you receive support from the community, being in touch with participants and organizations, you kind of get the sense of an indication of where everyone is at and what they're planning. So it's been a learning experience this year, and also a lot of uncertainties, as for everyone else, of course.
What has the challenges been? Give us an idea of the journey.
Just COVID still hanging in the air already in the beginning of this year, not knowing will participants be able to travel? Will they want to travel to Stockholm? Money is an issue for many. Can we travel to Stockholm? Do we have the money to engage? And also last year we put a lot of effort into teaching ourselves, learning the digital sphere. And this year we're challenging the community to get into the hybrid model. So I would say every single step of the way has been filled with challenges. But it's also, as I said, we've learned a lot from each other, but also from our community. Just receiving feedback here these days, we've learned a lot. So it's great.
And from your personal perspective, looking at the week, spending time here, what has been some of your highlights?
Well, meeting all the participants, the joy and the energy everyone comes with. Everyone's been looking forward to meeting here. I've been looking forward to seeing familiar faces, lovely friends sitting in the audience right now. I'm very happy. So, then the knowledge that we've shared, the experience together, I've learned a lot. Stockholm Water Prize seminar yesterday. Professor Gia connecting the dots, that was for me very inspiring. So I hope we start connecting more of these dots. I've attended sessions, what I've learned a lot, and even on the topic of innovation, which was the previous session here, it's been very inspiring.
And we have had a theme now, which has related to the value of water and also the unseen water. What does that mean to you?
It's a great theme because it discloses a lot of values that are important, closely connected to water. And I think we've done that in the past years at World Water Week, but more so this year, talking about gender equality and the engagement of youth and poverty reduction. So that is definitely an important part of the theme, aspect of the theme, but also just the Stockholm Water Prize laureates, the three of them yesterday in the seminar, talking about the groundwater atmospheric water and how we need to start thinking differently about the invisible water that we don't value, we don't measure, and we don't monitor. I think that is very inspiring, and I think a lot of us will take that with us forward.
And Susanna, you have, amongst other things, spent a lot of time with a group of young people at this conference called the Junior Rapporteurs. Tell us, who are they?
They are a group of very passionate water academics and professionals, and some also come from other academic disciplines, but are just very passionate and interested in water. So it's really nice to see from all over the world, but also from different types of disciplines and also with varying experience in the water community.
And what is their function at World Water Week?
Well, you could say that they are both a monitoring function of the week, what happens here, but they also have this perspective as youth to see what perhaps the normal community cannot see, and they can suggest things, ways to move forward. And I think that's their biggest role, to suggest how to move things further, because they watch all sessions at World Water Week.
Every single one?
Every single one.
Every single one. Wow. And how many are they?
There are 16 of them.
16?
Yeah.
From all over the world, you said? Yeah.
Yes.
Wonderful. And going forward, how will this be used now, the information that you gather from them?
So I asked them to kind of look at an overview of the week and try to identify missions rather than challenges. Also to use their expertise connected to this mission and give us an idea of, what's next? What have organizations during the week suggested to do, and what do they think could be done? And actually, the water envoy of Tajikistan, Sultan Rahim Soda, said earlier yesterday that about the UN 2023 Water Conference, we need your input on what should be on the table in March. And I have very good news for you, Sultan and Henk. I and the junior rapporteurs have great insights on what should be on the table.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
What other sort of feedback are you getting from the junior rapporteurs from the week?
Mostly that is just a wonderful place to be and meet so many people, but also to discover new things about water and new aspects of water that they perhaps weren't really aware of. And of course, it's very nice to go to those sessions that you kind of know and you're interested in the subject. But I've also got really great feedback on exploring and having it as a learning opportunity. But I also have to say the networking opportunities for them, I think, is invaluable, and getting to know each other. Yeah.
From your perspective, working with them, how has that been?
Well, I feel so impressed by them, so I'm just so happy that I know them now. I mean, I am also quite young, and to have them as my friends and in my network is amazing. But I've also enjoyed being a connector to, being able to introduce them to each other and also to other people here at World Water Week and SIWI, of course. It's just so nice to be able to do that, bring people together.
Wonderful. And aside from working with the junior rapporteurs, what has been some of your highlights during World Water Week this year?
Well, looking at impact, obviously, seeing that people care about it. We see people wanting to know a lot more about data and have better data quality and accessibility. And this is something SIWI also tries to do, but with World Water Week, for example, to see, okay, how can we build upon these results? What does it lead to? How can we improve, and how can we maximize impact?
It's all very forward-looking, of course, and later today we will have what one might think of as a closing session, but it's not really. It's called something else, isn't it, Gabriella?
Yes, we're looking at forward-looking, so it's next steps. What should next steps look like? a lot with the input from the junior rapporteurs, but also focusing on what's beyond World Water Week. What can we take with us from there and build upon that?
And the title is What's Next for you, if you want to look out for it in the program, of course. That's also where we will hear a bit more about the theme for next year's World Water Week. Can we have a sneak peek?
Well, let me say that I won't disclose what the title is, but we've touched upon the theme of World Water Week's next year's theme in the previous session, innovation.
Yeah. So innovation.
It's linked to innovation. Let me just say
It's linked to innovation, right? Yes. Okay. So the guessing can start. If we look ahead, I mean, will you start working again tomorrow on the next year's World Water Week?
Actually, the
Monday?
work. No, but the work has already started. Even if we're not continuing Monday, but together with our scientific program committee, we've already discussed the theme, the thematic scope for next year, and start to flesh out the details. And we'll start working on evaluations and feedback, as Susanna said, looking at the impact, analyzing the data. So that's something that will start right away, but maybe not Monday.
And you will also bring the junior rapporteurs' feedback into this, of course.
Yeah, of course. As I said, I'm looking forward to bring things to put on that should be put on the table for March. We have them writing an individual report on this, and I'm looking forward to having them featured on CV platforms and giving them a platform to grow.
Where should we look out if we want to get the information from their participation in World Water Week?
Keep your eyes on worldwaterweek.org and you will be all right.
It's like a good start.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Any final words for the audience before we end this series of wrap-ups?
We'll see you at next session, What's Next? And we'll get to meet these brilliant young rapporteurs.
And before we finish, I will have this opportunity to say to you and to the rest of the World Water Week team also, of course, that it's quite amazing what you have achieved. I think as CV colleagues, participants, convening organizations, etc., we are all extremely impressed with all the hard work over the past year and even more than that. So thank you for that. And thanks to the rest of the World Water Week team, and hope to see all of you back here next year.